Hello, this is Real World Audio, and we are officially starting our quest for void pipes. So this is just a little bit of an introduction, and this is basically beginning up and or starting up, opening up my line of deep investigation into void pipes, and this will allow you to build your own void pipe the way that is most suitable for you, and also as a step zero we'll tell you whether it will suit your amp or not. So I'm going to look at some things associated with void pipes, and as you see right now, I have easy here, and I call the title for today is Voice for Flea Power. And as you all know, I have started the Darling project, and several of you are already building or started building or considering building the Darling amplifier. And of course the very big thing with the Darling amp, because it's a Flea power amplifier, everything that's under 2 watts is basically considered as a Flea power amplifier, because it has very low wattage. And sure, you can use it with normal speakers. My buddy Tomasz, he built his Darling amp, and he used it with a regular loudspeaker, a low efficiency loudspeaker, and he was happy as a pile of kittens with it, and he said that that's the best amp he ever had, and then he didn't need anything more. He had it in his bedroom as his bedroom setup, and it was perfect for him, and then he didn't need any beefier loudspeakers for that. However, so that's kind of like a very singular statement for everyone, that even though it's like a sub 1 watt amplifier, and everyone is telling you that you need high efficiency speakers with it, but it will work even with a low efficiency loudspeaker. And if anyone asked him about his Darling amplifier, you got the widest smile you can imagine on the planet from him, always, at every single time. But for those of us, those of you who want to get the absolute maximum from your Darling experience, you need a voice. You need a loudspeaker to give them voice. And I just showed Easy. He was a Hawaiian musician, singer, and ukulele player. Ukulele, uku, it means flea in Hawaiian, and that's why I use the analogy that for the Flea power, I'm giving you the voice. And Easy had the most astonishing voice a human being can reproduce, and yep. So that's why I thought Easy with his ukulele is perhaps the most fitting to remind us how important voicing is for every musical endeavor. And let's get into it. So Flea power, this I don't think I have shown it already to you. So this is my Darling amplifier. That's how I built it about 20 years ago now, so it's been a while. This is how my system looked 20 years ago, and that sliver there, that's my void pipe. So that's the sneak preview. I'm going to show thorough details about the void pipe, but right now in this video I'm just showing you the circumstances which will make you want to build a void pipe. And one of those circumstances, if you build a Darling amplifier, because the Darling amp and the void pipe, this combination is a match in heaven. It is just astonishing. So basically here, what I gave the title for this slide is Flea power is the milliwatt region. So we are not talking about watts, we are talking about thousands of watts, so like 1,000 times less than a watt. That's the region where the thing is happening. And why is it so critical, and why I have been so adamant about low power amplifiers and Flea power amplifiers? Because the process of amplification itself is a process of alteration. So the more we amplify the signal that comes from your DAC or phono stage or wherever, or your microphone, the more you amplify it, the more you alter it, the more you dig into it, more you do something to it, the more potential you introduce that something will change. And now when you look at those 100 watt, 1000 watt, 5000 watt amplifiers and things going higher and higher, these numbers keep climbing for two reasons. There's one valid reason and there's one fucking BS reason. And the valid reason is for public address use. So when you have a big crowd and you have a hall that requires making sound in a very large room, or maybe an open concert hall, there you need tremendously higher power and sound pressure levels, even to just get a mediocre output volume. And if you want loud volume, especially at low frequencies, you need thousands and thousands of watts pushed into very high efficiency loudspeakers. So that's the valid reason. And that's why it's really good that we are seeing 1000 watt loudspeakers and 1000 watt amplifiers and loudspeakers that can handle that range. Because when you go to a U2 concert, or you go to whatever, like a Dua Lipa concert, then you will be able to hear the musicians perform live for a crowd of 10,000 people. Otherwise, it's not possible. But when you are in your own home, all of these things work against you. Because when you need to amplify to 1,000 watt, you are doing 1,000 times greater harm to the signal compared to amplifying it to a 1 watt level. And that's the BS reason for having a very high power at home, is that you are just altering it to infinity. And of course, when you throw more power at things, you will always have the impression and the feeling that you are getting more power, but you are losing honesty and integrity. And those are two things that only occur in low power amplification. And unless you have already experienced it, you don't know what I'm talking about. I did not know what this was until I heard it. So right now I'm receiving a call from work. I have to stop, but I will continue.